Today I will teach you ICSE English literature poem The Patriot, written by Robert Browning. Before going into the poem, before the explanation of the poem, let us first analyze the poem. The Patriot describes the fate of a hero, rather, the fate of all heroes. Every hero tried to do his best, but it is ironic that his achievements are soon forgotten. Sometimes he is treated very harshly. In this poem, the patriot has been arrested and has been led to the gallows, that is, an executed place where for his misdeeds. As he been led, he recalls how just a year ago he was hero worshipped by the same people who are now treating him like a villain. He was then accorded a warm welcome on his return after a glorious victory. His path was strewn with flowers. The church towers were decorated with victory flags. Huge crowds were there to welcome him, to celebrate his victory, to give him a hero like treatment. At that time, he could have got anything from the people. The poem basically focuses on his plight, the plight of a patriot. The poem has used a very appropriate title. The poet has very beautifully designed the poem and has shown the irony between the past and the present. It is basically a dramatic monologue. The theme of the poem is basically a dramatic monologue in which the main character is talking to himself in a dramatic manner. Now let us go into the poem and explain each and every stanza line by line. So the first stanza, it was written, it was roses, roses all the way, with myrtle mixed in my path like mad. The house roofs seems to heave and sway, the church spires flamed. Such flags they had a year ago on this very day. So in the first stanza, the patriot describes what happens to him 1 year ago when he enters the city as a hero. He was given a hero-like treatment. It was roses, roses all the way, means throughout his path, the entire path were strewn with roses. Throughout the passage through which he entered the city, all those passages were strewn with roses. With myrtle mixed in my path. Myrtle means a sweet smelling white and pink flower. So those flowers were mixed with roses and were laying on his path. And the people were full of enthusiasm. They were behaving very madly and dealing in a very crazy manner. The house roof seemed to heave and sway. Heave means breathe, and sway means rise and fall. So the roofs of the houses were so filled with people that it seemed that the top of those houses could not breathe easily. They were rise and fall on the breathing of those houses' roofs. The church spires. Church spires means tall pointed structure on the top of church building. So those tall pointed structure on the top of the church were decorated with flags. All those people who were waiting for the Patriot to enter the city, they were just fluttering, they were fluttering flags in his honor. They were shouting slogans in his honor. But this event was of previous year, 1 year ago. On a very day, the Patriot received these kind of warm welcome. Let's now go into second stanza. The air broke into a mist with bells. The old walls rocked with the crowd and cries. Had I said, good folk, mere noise repels, but give me your son from yonder skies, they had answered, afterward what else? So, in the second stanza, the poet make us feel that how important the people were paying to that Patriot in order to celebrate his victory. They were just eagerly waiting for him. The air broke into the mist with bell, means the whole atmosphere resounded with the sound of the church bells that were rung in his honor. But it was just a year ago. The old walls rocked with the crowd and cries, means the entire wall around the city were filled with noises, the slogan, the shouting, the enthusiasm, the zeal of the people who were just shouting. They were lost in that celebration that they do not remember what they were doing. Had I said, if the Patriot would have asked them, good folk, you people, mere noise repel, that I will not going to satisfy with your noise and shouting. These things I hate. But give me your son from yonder sky. Give me your son means give me something special. Give some special reward or gift to me like son from your sky. Then they had answer, means they would have very easily agreed. And then later on they might would have said me or asked me, and anything else, sir? Do you want anything more? That was the respect that the people were paying to the Patriot. In the third stanza, say, alack, it was I who leaped at the sun, who give it my loving friends to keep. Not man could do, have I left undone. And you see my harvest, what I reap. This very day, now a year is run. Now, the poem shift from the happiness that was a year ago into some sadness, some tragedy. And now, the Patriot say that it was I who leaped the sun, means it was I who has done the impossible. I have done that impossible that could not have been done by anyone else. To give it to my loving friends to keep. I would like to give to my people that just have it, just enjoy it. These things I want to do for my country, for my countrymen. And these things I would like to do for you. Not man could do. And whatever I have done, what deed I have done for my people, for my country, that deed could not have been done by anyone else. Have I left undone if I would have not done it. And you see my harvest. And now the Patriot feel that what he is getting back, what reward he is getting back, what I reap, means what I have done for these people, what deed I have done for these people, and return what deed these people are giving back to me. So here the poet has used a fickle-minded people. The poet has said that these people are fickle-minded because just 1 year ago they were ready to do anything for him. Roses were strewn over his path, church bell were rung, but just after a year his good deeds are forgotten. Some misdeed for which he has been arrested, and these people are very easily accepted. He has been taken to the scaffold to be executed, and the people have very easily accepted that yes, he could have done that thing. They have forgotten all his good deed, all his brave deed that he has done 1 year ago. That's why he say that what I reap means what I've done for them and what in return they are giving me. This very day, now a year is run, means a year has passed, and how the treatment has changed. 1 year ago, I was treated as a hero, and now I've been treated as a villain. 1 year ago, they threw flowers at me, and now today they are taking me to a scaffold where I'm going to be hanged. There's nobody on the house rooftops now. Now, all those houses which were 1 year ago filled with people, all those house roofs are now vacant. There were nobody there. Just a palsied few at the windows said. Few paralyzed people are just sitting at the shade of those windows of those houses. For the best of the sign is all allow, because the most of the people have been gone near the place, that scaffold, from where they can have a very close view of the death of that patriot. All allow, all have got gathered there. At the Shamble gate, all have gathered near the Shamble gate. Shamble gate means the gate leading to the place of execution. Or better yet, by the very scaffold foot, or maybe most of them would have been standing near the scaffold foot so that they can have a very clear view of the killing, the death of the patriot. Let's now go to the fifth stanza. I go in the rain and more than needs. Though it has been raining, it has been constantly raining, and the patriot has been taken to that place where he is going to be hanged. A rope cut both my wrist behind, and his hands are tied by rope, a very sharp rope, which has given a cut, some bruises on his wrist. And I think by the feel my forehead bleeds, and now the patriot feel that someone has thrown a sharp edged stone at him. As a result, his forehead is bleeding. For the fling whoever has a mind, because they threw a stone at him. Whatever they have in their mind, stone at me for my year's misdeed. And now they have thrown stone at him, have forgotten all his good deeds of the past, and now they are throwing stone at him for all his misdeed that they believe that he had done in between this year. So in the fifth stanza, the poet has used a very disappointment felt by the patriot, that how he has been taken like a criminal to the executed place. His hands are tied with rope. People are throwing stone at him. His forehead is bleeding. These people have forgotten all those good deeds that he has done in the past. Now let's go to the last stanza. Thus I entered and thus I go. In Trumpt, people have dropped down dead. Paid by the world, what dost thou owe me? God might question now instead, that God shall repay, I have safer so. In the last stanza, the patriot enter that executed place where he is going to be hanged. And he say that 1 year ago, I enter into the city, and just after 1 year, I am being taken out of the city. So when I enter into the city as a hero last year, the people celebrated my victory, they rejoiced my victory, and now I have been humiliated, insulted, that I am being taken out of the city to that executed place. In Trumpt, people have dropped down dead. Last year, they were so happy that they would have died in happiness, paid by the world. See how world is paying back me the deed, what I have done to them. What dost thou owe me? Now the patriot say, what I want to have from you, and now what you are paying back to me. But the poem ends in an optimistic note that the patriot feel that even though these fickle-minded people, They have not given him the reward, the respect that he was waiting for, but still he believed it is the God who will definitely give him the reward for all his deed. And he has complete faith on God. He knew that instead what he received on this earth, when he will go to the heaven, it will God who shall repay him. Because even though he is dying, but still he believed that he will be at a safer end. He will be more safe now, because he believed that the heaven is more safer than this earth. So in this way, the poet Robert Browning, in the sixth stanza, which is basically the ambiguous poem, he has used the different stages that how the patriot felt happy 1 year ago when he treated as a hero, and now when the people are treating him as a villain for all his deed, because they believe that he has done some bad deed, some misdeed for the country, and they are taking him to the executed place where he is going to be hanged. But still, the patriot has faith in God, and he believes that he has not done anything wrong for the country or for the people. Thank you.